Hey guys, welcome to today's Vehicle Visionary, I guess you could call tutorial. This video is basically a request from a viewer who watched my video on the 2020 S560. And they just purchased an S Class, and so I am in an S450 to go over some of the features and functionality and basically show what the different buttons do here in the vehicle. So we're going to make this real quick and real easy, but we're also going to make it simple and just cover what's here. So we'll start right here with the controls for the seats. And if you aren't familiar with these S Class or the Mercedes Benz vehicles in general, that is in the shape of the seat. So depending on what you want to adjust, all you have to do is hit the appropriate area. That will adjust the headrest down and of course up. If you want to lower the seat back, change the seat back position, well, there's how you're easily going to do that. Again, very self-explanatory, very simple to figure out. And here are the buttons for seat memory. If I want to set seat memory, that's what I'm going to do. 3 different settings there. And you also have ventilated and heated seats. You can hear the ventilated seats coming on right now. And this button right here locks in place the setting that you have chosen. So notice I can't change that. Can't turn on the ventilated seats, but if I turn that off, then I can make changes. So basically it just keeps everything locked in place so nothing changes. And of course everything pretty simple to figure out here, but here's something you might want to know about. There are shades on the rear windows, and so if the shade is in the up position and you push that button, you're going to lower the shade itself, and then if you want to lower the window itself, the shade will have to be let down first or be down first, just so that you know what is there. Of course, there's everything for the mirrors, and if you want to fold the mirrors in, that button I just pushed right there will take care of that for you. And I will push that one more time just so you can see that. Very, very simple. And of course, you've got some other features here. You can use this button right here to raise and lower the rear window shade. Kind of hard doing this with one camera. I can't show you what's going on at the exact same time, so just take my word for it. But pretty simple and easy to figure out. Of course, here are the controls for your headlights. If you want to set those to automatic, you can. Power parking brake is located right here. You don't have a manual parking brake in these vehicles, so that's what that is. You're going to push it forward to engage the parking brake and pull back on it to release the parking brake, of course. Pretty simple, of course, lock and unlock. Child safety locks right there. And if you want to open the power trunk from the driver's compartment, that is what this button is for right here. Okay, we're going to start here with the steering wheel. Pretty simple to figure out, of course. You've got your shifter paddles located on the back of the steering wheel. Of course, you're going to gear up on the right and gear down on the left. And of course, you do have cruise control right here, and you have the home button. If you push that, as you can see, I'm going to push that one more time just like that. Then you can use what I call the mini trackpad. That's basically just a little thumb pad that you can use on the steering wheel to surf your way around and make selections for whatever it is you want. And you push on that, and it's going to bring up the menu or whatever you're looking at, whether it's the display design that we're looking at right now, or navigation, for example. And of course, as you can see, that's pretty simple to use. So you just scroll down. That's just, like I said, it's just a mini trackpad basically. So it just follows your finger, and depending on what you want to select, then you just push on that and you're set. It's really that easy. And the same thing goes for the center screen as well. And I'll just hit a couple of options there just so you can see what happens. The same exact principle, very simple. I'm not going to go through every single item that you have within the screens, because the user who asked for all of this information basically just wanted to know what all the buttons did. So hopefully I'm fulfilling that correctly based on your desires. And so that's what we have right there. As you can see, you can surf your way through whatever features you so desire. I'm hopefully giving you a good enough view of that. You can just see what I'm doing, and then of course you can select. Let's pick something we can actually select there, and then you can see what actually happens. And of course, here are all of the controls for the air conditioning. You can control whether it's on auto and basically works itself automatically, you don't have to do anything, change the temperature control. And of course, this is dual zone, so you have the same thing on this side. There's your fan speed. And just moving down here towards the center portion of the console, of course, you have a 12-volt power outlet, a couple of cup holders right there. And if you want to conceal those away, just make that look kind of neat and clean, well, there's your option for doing that. And here you have several different buttons right here in the front, just kind of one-touch options. This one right here, the adjustments for the driver and or passenger seat. And of course, what you're going to do to control all of that is basically just use the trackpad, or you can use the scroll wheel right here in the front, the little dial, whichever you wish to call that. And when you get to something you want, you can just push down on that, or you can do the same thing here with the trackpad. This is Device Manager, and the final button will take you to this particular screen on the infotainment screen, the center screen. And everything here is pretty simple to use, of course. The trackpad, basically, like I said, you're just going to scroll around with your finger, depending on what you want to select, and you can push down on that, or, like I said, you can scroll back and forth with the wheel right here, the little dial in the front, and push down on that if you want to. Of course, everything's self-explanatory here, back, home, all that good stuff. And you can turn the auto stop start feature off right here if you want to. You can also change the driving modes right here, which I can't show that right now because being that we're in the showroom, I don't want to actually start the vehicle up so that we don't get a bunch of carbon monoxide in here. And here is active park assist. And so if you want to use that to have the vehicle park itself, well, obviously that's an easy thing to do. Now I'm going to push this button right here, and if you ever hop into your Mercedes S Class or any Mercedes model that has this infotainment system in it and it's off like that, this is the button you're going to use to turn it back on. As you can see, it is now coming back on. So very simple, very easy to use. This is the volume, of course. That one's pretty simple right there. And right up here, if you want to turn on, there are some lights on the very bottom of the mirror. That's what this button is for. And of course, you have the same thing for the right-hand side right there if you wish to use that. This is going to turn on the other lights here above the mirror, basically reading lights, map lights, whichever you wish to call those. Of course, you've got SOS right there if you need it. And all you do is just push on that little compartment to open it right there. That's what you're going to get. We won't push that right now, but there it is if you need it. And here is the control for opening the shade for your power sunroof, and you can open that. Again, if you just push back on that, it'll open again. I'm going to leave that closed for the moment, but just so you can see what is there if you want to open that. And now that we've moved to the rear seat, these two controllers are going to be for the left and right windows. And like I said, if the shade is up, you're going to have to put that shade down just like that before you can lower the window. And of course, you'll do the same on the passenger side. And this button right here can raise and lower the rear window shade. And then the one on the right-hand side is for the shade for the panoramic sunroof. And if you just push on that compartment right there, you can open this up. You do have a power outlet here in the rear, just so you can see what is there. And just in the interest of fair reporting, on the passenger side is the same basic setup of what we just looked at on the driver's side here in the rear. So ultimately, that is a quick little easy tour of what we have with the Mercedes S Class. If you want a little more detail, let me know and maybe I can run through some other things, but I just wanted to kind of show what the buttons do here because that's what I was asked to do. But if you want me to go through the infotainment screen, I'll be happy to do that as well. Hopefully this video was helpful. And guys, always tell me what you want to see me feature here on my YouTube channel. And if I can make that happen for you, I most certainly will. Thanks for taking the time to watch. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye-bye.